was honestly just a big nothing burger, and who hasn't done something stupid when they were younger? Although personally, I think it was criminal that she didn't steal something a wee bit better than a pair of fucking jeans. But at least
Baby bus.
I think the reason.
What shall we do? Make a wet towel first. Covering your nose and mouth with a wet towel can filter the smoke out of the air and reduce the intake of toxic gas. Check if the doorknob is hot before opening the door first. In case of fire, touch the doorknob with the back of your hands. It's burning hot! The door is burning hot. That means the fire is coming our way. Keep the door shut. When trapped indoors by fire, you should immediately call for help from balconies or windows. Help! Help! Do not call out for help for too long. Keep your strength up and wait for rescue. Touch the doorknob with the back of your hands. If the doorknob is not hot, then check if there's smoke in the corridor. If there's no smoke, evacuate as quickly as possible. When the fire breaks out, you should find an emergency exit sign right away and follow the directions to evacuate as quickly as possible. Drag the injured and follow the direction indicated by the emergency exit to locate the exit. After an earthquake strikes or a fire breaks out, it's dangerous to take the elevator. Let's take the stairs. My arm was scalded. It hurts. I am coming to give first aid. Rinse with clean water to cool the wound. Cut off the clothing near the wound. You need to go to the nearby hospital for further treatment. Okay, Kiki, thank you so much. You're welcome.
Mommy, I keep my scissors next to me just in case if I need them. Okay.
How should we perform self-rescue when the fire breaks out? Let's review. 1. Cover your nose and mouth with a wet towel. 2. Keep the door shut if it's burning hot. 3. Call for help from balconies or windows. 4. Stay calm and wait for rescue. Perform self-rescue from fire to evacuate safely. 1. Cover your nose and mouth with a wet towel. 2. If the doorknob is not hot, open the door to check if there's smoke. 3. Bend forward and proceed to locate emergency exit. 4. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. First aid for scald. 1. Rinse with water to cool the wound. 2. Cut off the clothing. 3. Go to a hospital for treatment.
Oppo Reno PF Mobile Legends Limited Edition.
I mean, those numbers are crazy. You guys have over 10 different YouTube channels.
Let's search for the injured in need of help.
You have a million, 34 million downloads.
When the earthquake struck, my hands were cut by falling stones. Don't worry, I am coming to give first aid. protective gloves and apply pressure with a dressing on the wound to stop bleeding. Great job! The bleeding stops. Wrap the wound with a bandage. Sprained ankle. Take the disposable medical ice pack tear open the inner bag. Shake the ice pack to cool it. Wrap the ice pack with a towel and put it on the sprained ankle to reduce the swelling and pain. Drag the bandage to fix the wound with the figure of 8 bandage method. Elevate the injured foot to help with ankle recovery. Do not
Oppo Reno ตัว PS Mobile Legends
And everyone thinks he's being a slave.
exercise after the sprain, otherwise it will affect the ankle recovery. Okay, thank you, Kiki. You're welcome. How should we perform first aid for finger bleeding? Let's review. 1. Apply pressure to stop bleeding. 2. Wrap the wound. First aid for sprained ankle. 1. Put ice pack on the sprained ankle. 2. Wrap the wound with figure of 8 bandage method. 3. Elevate sprained ankle and do not exercise. Let's search for the injured in need of help.
Oppo Reno ตัว PS Mobile Legends Limited Edition
Oh no! He seems to have gotten electric shock. Let's get professional staff for help right away. When a power line falls on the ground near you, it creates a step voltage. You need to hop on one foot immediately and stay away from where the power line falls, so you won't get an electric shock. The firefighter boots are made of special rubber that can stop the flow of electricity and offer protection against electrical shock.
Do you know what tools can be used to pick the power line? The iron rod. You are right. Dry wooden sticks can stop the flow of electricity. The on-site environment is safe. I have received professional first aid training. We can start the rescue now. What's the matter? What's the matter? Someone, help me. Please help me call the emergency number and get an automated external defibrillator, AED.
Okay.
If the chest doesn't rise for 5 to 10 seconds, it indicates that the injured has the cardiac arrest without breath. Start cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, immediately. First, unbutton the shirts of the injured. Fold your hands at the center of the chest, lower half of the breastbone. Press down firmly to carry out chest compressions. Perform 30 chest compressions. Open the airway. Then, perform 2 rescue breaths until the automated external defibrillator.
We've got the automated external defibrillator.
Turn on the defibrillator and operate according to the voice prompt.
The cardiac rhythm is being analyzed. Do not touch the patient.
Please leave immediately. Tap on the electric shock button. Great! You are awake. Once the medical team is here, we will give you further treatment. Don't worry.
Oppo Reno PS Mobile Legends Limited Edition.
Introduce a puppet character as a separate channel. And then we
What are the first aid procedures for cardiac arrest? Let's review. 1. On-site evaluation and examination. 2. Call for help. Dial for emergency medical services and get AED. 3. Perform cycles of 30 chest compressions and 2 rescue breaths. 4. Carry out electric defibrillation. Let's search for the injured in need of help. Let's search for the injured in need of help.
สแกน QR Code ในเลิศออฟสบู่เคลียร์โดยสร้างสินมีรายการชิงรางวัลสำหรับประมวยมารางวัล
When the earthquake struck, I fell down and got cut by the glass on the ground. Don't worry, I am coming to give first aid. Put on protective gloves and apply pressure with a dressing on the wound to stop bleeding. First, go to an open and safe area to ask the doctor to give you further treatment. Let me help you clean up the wound. Saline solution. Apply from the center of the wound and move outward. Iodophor. Iodophor can kill bacteria on the wound. Put on protective gloves and apply pressure with a dressing on the wound to stop bleeding. Apply from the center of the wound and move outward. Iodophor can kill bacteria on the wound.
ในสบู่เกาะซอกเคลียร์โดยสร้างสินมีรายการชิงรางวัลชนะสุดท้ายสุดทอดสำหรับประมวยมารางวัล
It's still quite dangerous at the moment. Stay in the emergency shelter and don't run around. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. How should we perform first aid for forearm bleeding? Let's review. 1. Apply pressure to stop bleeding. 2. Ask a doctor for cleaning up the wound and disinfection. 3. Wrap the wound. First aid for bruise. 1. Clean the wound with saline solution. Disinfect with iodophor. Let's search for the...
And we also could start something outside of the YouTube platform with original content. So that's what we did, and that really helped us keep going.
When the earthquake struck, I got hit in the head and the hands by a flower pot. It hurts. It's dangerous here. Let's go to an open and safe area, and I will perform first aid on you. For head injury, apply pressure with a dressing to stop bleeding. Fold the bandage or triangle towel. Drag the bandage or triangle towel around the head to fix the dressing. A bone that pierces through the skin indicates an open fracture. A bone that does not pierce through the skin indicates a closed fracture. The injured suffer from a closed fracture of his hand. For an open fracture, bandage it as a closed fracture before fixing the fracture.